So this is What to Watch, where I tell you streaming recommendations based on various streaming services that are available this month. What I've been trying to do is I have a guest on, which will be Paleo. And when this is a separate video, there will be chapters. So if you just want to watch Paleo's part, you can just skip ahead to that, or you can watch my part at the beginning, whatever you prefer. But I try to sum up like things I've liked in the past month. Some of these things I've reviewed. One of these things, the review is going to come out on Monday. But I wanted to get it in there because it won't be out for that much longer. But let's get into it. So, The Muppet Show, I think, should be the first thing I talk about. I've been enjoying this a lot on Disney+. We've watched several episodes. I know a lot of people have been starting with the first episode, who Rita Moreno, sorry, I almost forgot. I think if you're wondering what episode to start with, because I think Rita Moreno, great actress. It is actually a good episode. I don't think it's the best episode to start with. Just seriously watch the Star Wars episode with Mark Hamill. If you're not so into the Muppets, it's like an easy in because you like Star Wars. If you don't like Star Wars, the Linda Carter one's actually really good. Watch the Liberace one, that one's fine. But find a celebrity that you like an older famous person that you like, and go from there. But I do recommend the Star Wars one. I think it's a fun one and an easy entry, because people are talking about like what are easy entries. I think that one, because I've heard people say it's a little boring, but that's on Disney+. Judas and the Black Messiah. This is one of the best movies I've seen in quite a while. It's part of the HBO Max 30-day thing. So it's in theaters at the same time. It's in theaters now if you have theaters, but if you have HBO Max, you can watch it right now. I don't think it's on there for too much longer. I'm going to have a review out on Monday. If I didn't need a little more time, it probably would have been out already, but it's not, or my review. But it's a really great movie. I think it is an excellent movie. It's actually I know Black History Month is pretty much over, but I heard a lot of people wanting to watch movies or listen to podcasts or engage more with Black culture. This is a really great one. It's basically about this guy who went undercover for the FBI to help take down the Black Panthers, and specifically Fred Hampton, who's played by Daniel Kaluuya. It also stars Lakeith Stanfield as the guy going undercover to find that out. It's probably one of the best crime movies I've seen in a long time, and it's actually not. It's structurally kind of a crime movie, but I guess it's not really. There's not a lot of crime going on. It's just the U.S. government destroying black voices. Judas and the Black Messiah is an aggressively anti-authoritative film. It is excellent. It is so good. The director of it, Shaka King, is definitely someone to watch. I highly recommend Judas and the Black Messiah. If you can watch that tonight, I would. Well, not tonight because it's really late, but tomorrow maybe. Tomorrow. Don't watch the Golden Globes. Fuck that. Watch Judas and the Black Messiah. Don't watch Tom and Jerry. Watch seriously. I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but Judas and the Black Messiah should be your number one. It is an excellent film. Also, one of the things that plays very much into Judas and the Black Messiah is this documentary called Eyes on the Prize 2. It is on YouTube, actually. I watched it. Not only does it get into the real life way of that story, who Lakeith Stanfield plays it as the only interview with him, it also gets into the Attica prison riots. It's a great little hour documentary. I recommend that as well. I'm actually going to link to that on YouTube, but it will be linked in this description as well, and it'll be linked in the description to the Judas and Black Messiah video. I recently watched the Godzilla vs. Mothra 1992 version, which is part of the Heisei, whatever. I don't know how to say that necessarily. With Sophie, is a really fun, family-friendly Godzilla film. You get Batra, which is an evil Mothra in that, which is a lot of fun. I really recommend Godzilla vs. Mothra 1992. We also have Close Enough Season 2 has just come out on HBO Max. I just wanted to mention that. I haven't watched all that, but so far I quite like it. As well as The Knick, which is Steven Soderbergh's really good show about an early 20th century hospital in New York. It has cool techno music in it and stuff. It is very gross and very aggressive with the camera and everything. If you are kind of on the fence about Steven Soderbergh, I think it's really great. I'm actually going to go back and try to watch all that. As well as HBO Max has Hoop Dreams, which is one of the greatest documentaries of all time. I don't care if you don't like basketball or not. It is a great documentary. It takes twists and turns that you will not see coming. It is an excellent documentary. It's so enrapturous. I want to rewatch that again, and I highly recommend checking that out. So that is on HBO Max as well. HBO Max has sort of taken over my family. Basically, we're watching a lot of HBO Max lately. as well as HBO Max has what Spike Lee called a motherfucker of a movie, which I totally agree with, is Midnight Cowboy. It is one of the great American movies. Midnight Cowboy is great. If you've never seen Midnight Cowboy, it is a harrowing story of two people kind of living on poverty in New York in the early 60s, but it has Jon Voight and Dustin Hoffman. If you ever wondered where the line was like, hey, I'm walking here, it is from Midnight Cowboy. Enter the Dragon, which is Bruce Lee's probably big famous Bruce Lee movie, is on Netflix. It's Enter the Dragon. If you like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2 and you've never seen Enter the Dragon, you should. They're all influenced by Enter the Dragon. It's one of the greatest martial arts films of all time. But seriously, Mortal Kombat totally rips off Enter the Dragon all the time. That's on Netflix. And I have a bunch of Tubi stuff. Dead End, which is where the Bowery Boys come from. It's a Humphrey Bogart movie. It's a nice little drama. It makes you take the Bowery Boys or the Dead End Kids a little more seriously. You also get Marty, which is the only American film, let me preface this, the only American film to win the Palme d'Or at Cannes and win Best Picture as well. The only other film to ever do that is Parasite. And Marty, in all of the world in film history, are two movies, Marty and Parasite, and Marty's the only American one. In a Lonely Place, which is a really great Humphrey Bogart film about him being a screenwriter, and it's a nice film noir, is really good, as well as The Hitchhiker, also on Tubi, which is the only film noir during the studio era, which was directed by a woman, Ida Lupino. It is one of her best. And then finally, I recommend the Johnny Carson channel on Pluto TV, because it's nice sometimes to see Johnny Carson just talk to Mel Brooks at midnight while you're editing, finishing making a thumbnail for a video. I recommend that. Anyway, let's now listen to Paleo's recommendations, which are mostly, well, he'll get into that. He will get into what it is.
Hey everybody, Paleo here, and Jim asked me to give you some suggestions for movies to watch. He said I can choose anything from streaming service as long as you can find it on a streaming service. So here are 5 films that I recommend. And I've been in an anime mood, so I hope you like anime, because I'm going to be recommending 5 anime films. The first of which is Modest Heroes. This is actually a collection of 3 short films into one, and it's by Studio Ponoc, who did Mary and the Witch's Flower, and each of these short films have a unique art style to them. And you can find Modest Heroes on Netflix. The second one is Weathering with You, and that is by the same director of Your Name. So if you're a fan of Makoto Shinkai and haven't watched this yet, then yeah, I would say watch it. It's a really great looking film. I'm not sure if I like the story as much as Your Name, but it's still really good. And that right now is available on HBO Max. The third film is called Children of the Sea, and it's a very unique film compared to the other ones on this list because it has a very different anime style. It's all about the ocean and connecting with nature a bit. It gets really weird at the end, but it's still a good ride. And that is also available on Netflix. My fourth one is Night is Short, Walk On Girl. Like Children of the Sea, this one has a very unique style compared to other anime films. It's about a girl experiencing her adulthood and through the eyes of different characters that she meets throughout this very long night. Ironic since the title is called Night is Short. It's a very fun slice of life movie talking about different subjects with each of these things that she encounters throughout the night. And that is also on HBO Max. And then my final film I watched very recently, and that is Okko's Inn, which is also sort of a slice of life film. It's about a little girl working at a very traditional hot springs inn, while at the same time dealing with the loss of her parents. So if you're in the mood for a slice of life film, but also some hard-hitting sad parts, then watch this. And you can watch Okko's Inn on Netflix. So those are my recommendations for you to watch. Next time, if I do something for recommendations for Jim, I might do another sort of theme with what I recommend. So thank you, Jim, for having me on, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Thank you very much, Paleo, for being on the show tonight, and thank you, Paleo, for being in the chat. I need to see the Modest Heroes one. I missed that one. But if you want to see the list of our recommendations, they'll be in the description below. Thank you very much, Paleo, for being on. These are great recommendations for you to watch on streaming while you're still bored in quarantine. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and check out Paleo's channel. It is really great. He's been making great content for a while now, and I'm proud to have worked with his channel before, and I'm very thankful for him to be on mine again as well. Tell me in the comments some streaming recommendations that you have. Thank you very much for watching, and subscribe if you would like to. See, there you go.